goldfish break, drink break. If you haven't seen part 1, go back and watch part 1. You're missing out a lot. If you want to learn how to set up components, this is the place to be. We're going to recreate Coinbase if you didn't get the heads up earlier. My name is Muda, and this is a Figma tutorial for beginners. I think I covered everything. So if you don't remember, I'm doing this so that you guys can learn how to design, how to design. Or today's theme is cryptocurrency because of the surge in Bitcoin price, but you know, you can apply these methods or these learnings to whatever else comes to mind. Again, I forgot to change my video to presentation. Let's do that again. Okay. So welcome back to the second video. I forgot to switch to my screen recording. So we're just gonna jump in from here. So I already put in these headers and I put in this bottom nav, and now we're trying to create this top header. Okay. Now we needed to get this logo. How I did that is that I went into, I went into the Coinbase website, inspected this, so we can go and inspect. When you inspect, you'll see this. Just go to sources. In our case, the logo was in assets.coinbase.com. Just go into the assets, and then it's here for you to just grab and enjoy. So we took the logo out. I dragged it to my desktop. You can't see my desktop, but I dragged it there. And I'm gonna take that SVG and I'm gonna drag it into Figma. And there we have it. Now, the good thing about this is that it comes in a vector format. I'm going to turn this into a, we're going to turn this into a component actually, just because it'll be easier for us to manipulate later. But I just press Shift A to turn it into Autolayout. And I want a pixel padding of 8. Okay, and now I'm going to remove the auto layout, and I'm going to rename this to logo. I guess just call it Coinbase. And we're going to turn this into a component. And I'm going to put this component into our core visuals library. So I don't know where, oh, here it is. And I like to call this identity, actually. Okay. Let's go back to our components. Nope, page 1. So let's go grab that logo. About this Coinbase logo. I'm just dropping it in. I need to see what's underneath, so I set the background of this container to 5. And we shrink this. Okay. Now we're not setting auto layout to this, we're just going to turn it to a container. And in that case, I'm going to delete this background. And we still have a frame here, so we're gonna call this frame header logo. And I'm gonna turn that blue. I'm gonna turn this Coinbase text to a different color. Okay, so it turns out this is the actual color that's being used by Coinbase. This is something that you find when you inspect the website. I guess it doesn't really matter. If you want to change it, you can change it, but we're gonna stick to what we have. I'm just gonna turn this into white. Okay. So let me move this out of the way first. And let's take this out of our frame. We'll take this out of our frame and turn that into a component. Okay. Now the next thing that we need to turn into a component is this watch list item. There are quite a few elements in here. One of them being this Bitcoin asset. I did a quick search on Figma community and I found this, I guess this group of Bitcoin, or this group of crypto assets. It's quite nice. It's got all the logos for all the different cryptocurrencies. And I'm just gonna activate this library. So I'm gonna publish. I need to move it to one of my teams, or gonna move it to the YouTube project. I'm gonna publish it. And we'll just wait for this to load for a few seconds. When it's done, we can go into Coinbase and I can use it in Coinbase. So I'm gonna look for BTC. Oh wait, I need to activate it first. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? If you don't see it straight away, what you can do is just reload the tab. Reloading is gonna take a few seconds, but once we get back into it, the new library should be available for us. So let's just go in and try to find it again. Here we go. Let's turn this on. Okay, now we can use our BTC tag and find the Bitcoin. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so now we can start placing these in. Okay, so I'm gonna assume this is 32. Now when it comes to this, let's do this. We're gonna turn this into a frame. Or we're gonna create a frame around this. For the main purpose being that I want to set up a grid for this. So let's just turn on this grid. Let's have columns on. Is this divided 5 ways? Maybe. Okay, well, I don't know how this is set up, but we're just gonna start putting things together. So let's start by adding our text layer. We'll call this label. Do you remember what this was? It was coin P2, yeah. Yeah? Yeah. And the one underneath it is an overline +1? I think so. Then we have this squiggly graph. Now, I mean, we could create a component for it, but I'm just gonna do this. Okay, perfect. 2 pixels. And then time to add this display text here. Now I'm recording this on 12th of January, so if this price of Bitcoin has gone up since then, it probably has. Yeah, this is what it was at the beginning of the year. Display H2? No, it's display H4. Okay. Wow, good times if you're watching this late. Remember when Bitcoin was this cheap? Oh, it used to be much cheaper. Okay. It's coin P2 plus 11.71%. Now this isn't perfect, but we're gonna just continue with what we have. Actually, can we use paragraph for this? No. Was it another one? Oh well, this is what we're gonna work with. Okay. So now that we have everything set up, I'm gonna turn this into a frame and extend it a bit. I'm gonna turn these two into a frame and bring it in a bit. And my camera died, so we're gonna go cameraless for a bit. I'm gonna let this charge in the meantime. While my camera continues to charge, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep on keeping on. And then this graph thing will... How is this thing constructed? I don't get it. 16, okay, sure. 10, no, that doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that this is one component because I have no idea how this is constructed right now. Is there orange? Is it a different orange? Damn. Okay, we're gonna make a new color. I'm gonna select this orange, and then I'm gonna turn it into a color orange 0. Okay, we got a new color. Okay, now I'm gonna set all these colors to the proper colors. And then we're gonna change this name to coin list watch list. And yeah, don't forget to add a white fill to the background. I'm going to turn off the... There we have it. We just created another component. Nice. Okay, next thing is these cards. Now I kind of like making cards. It's fun to set up with Autolayout. But yeah, so we're gonna use the same process. Actually, I'm gonna start by creating a frame instead of creating a rectangle. We're gonna set the corner radius. Now, when you're designing for apps and different products, it's best practice to make sure that you maintain a corner radius for every single one of your, I guess, cards or buttons or whatever it might be. Just try to maintain a consistent corner radius. Some apps don't, and it just makes it seem a bit messy. This one's designed actually quite well. I have to give props to the team at Coinbase because it's got a high level of consistency. But yeah, let's just continue building out this card, this 8 pixel roundness card. This is an H2. Remember, H1 is the input on the other screen that we said we were gonna do, but probably won't do for a while. Whoops. We're gonna set the text here. If you are watching the whole thing, let me know. And let me know what you like about this. Or why you guys are watching. Should I just be streaming this? That would make sense, right? Would you watch a stream of me recreating design systems? Please let me know. It would be fun to have some company while I make these designs, to be honest. Nope. What is this component called? Oh my goodness. Okay. The good thing about this design system, or like this library, is that it's alphabetically ordered. So it's easier to find things. DNT, I don't even know what this is. Is this the same one? District, okay. Cool. I mean, it's not the exact same one, but not the exact same logo that we were looking for, but it still works. Let's send auto layout to this, and then I'm going to extend this, and then I'm going to set an auto layout to these two, and set the resize to centered. I mean the alignment to centered, and then we have a 7 on one side and an 11 on the other. That doesn't make sense. Okay, it's 8 on one side and 8 on one side and 12 on the other. No, that's not right. It should be 8 on both sides. So let's extend this a bit more. We'll extend this one too. Actually, no, we'll do it like this. Now let's set an auto layout to this. 14 pixels at the bottom, 43 at the top, 8 on both sides. So let's do 8 padding, 43 on top, 14 at the bottom. What happened here? Okay, so this is still fine. Where 3 pixel padding at the top is still fine. 14 at the bottom is still fine. Okay, I don't know what happened, but everything seems to be working. This is fixed. I'm going to extend this. Now we have a card. Just made another card. Nice. I'm going to change this fill to white. And we're going to pull this out and then rename it. Now, something that I haven't done this whole time is rename the component layers. That's something that you have to do. Like if you're really building a design system, that's something that you really have to do. It'll really help when you start filling out different content and creating different use cases. You're going to need to keep changing things, and you don't want to lose your content and have to retype it over and over again. So make sure you rename your labels, which I am not doing right now, but I should and I will at some point. Card mover. Okay, now time to build the next one. The next card, here we go. This is the carousel card. That is a horrible name for this. We should rename it. What do we call it? I guess tips card. Tips card. We'll call it a tips card. Why? Because I'm pretty sure this is full of tips on like what you can do. Or an education card. We'll call it an education card once I'm done setting this up. Okay, again, same process. Build the frame. We have space at the bottom for an illustration, so keep that in mind. Let's call this overline. And this is what it is. It's an overline, so let's go find our overline. Semi-bold. Yep. And then whatever this is, this paragraph. Yep, it's paragraph. Body, Lorem, ipsum, dolor, est. Or something like that. So this is, I think this is fixed height. And we can set this auto layout up. And then this illustration, we'll put this in as a placeholder. Oh damn, what do I do? So 13 pixels from the edge. Huh. That's not right. 12 from the edge. I think it's 12. Well, anyway, let's set this up. Okay, so these two at the top are gonna have to be their own thing, and then the one at the bottom is gonna have to be its own thing. I think that's how this card is set up anyway. And then this will be, needs to be 2 pixels longer. So we're gonna go here and add 2 pixels to the width. Okay. And now we can set up the Okay, I don't care if this isn't perfect. I'm just gonna go with what we got. Okay, let's set this up. Shift A. Now this set us to 0. It shouldn't be 0. It should be, if the rest of it is any indication, it should be 12, and it is 12. Okay, let's set the roundness of the frame. Okay. And then let's set the stroke, which will be using the light gray that we created earlier. And let's call this placeholder so that we don't get confused. Okay. Oh yeah, make sure to add the fill to this frame as well. And let's rename this to education. Card education. God damn it. Okay. Let's create that. Hey, we did it. So the last video took us about an hour and a half to get to this point, or like an hour to get to this point. We did it in half an hour. Now, if we were gonna recreate everything one by one each time, it would take us an hour. We've already broken down our time by half already, just by setting up these components. Does that make sense? Is it accurate? Is it an accurate description of how long this took? No, but it is a slight indication that things are faster. Let's see. We're using all our color styles. Okay, perfect. Now let's just start building this out. Let's turn on the grid so that we can see when things are in line. The grid's not on this one, and let's add the grid, mobile grid. Here we go. Gotta add this watch list. Now, as mundane as this activity might be, I do find it quite relaxing. It's like ASMR, or I don't know, solving a puzzle. This is basically a puzzle, you know? It's not really useful to you, but it's a way to unwind your mind. And that's why I enjoy it. The recreating part, not the actual, like, I do enjoy designing proper apps though. In case you don't know, I do design apps for a living. I work with a multinational, I guess, tech company. And we happen to also do UX design or product design. Okay, so that one's set up. We're gonna set up this carousel next. What is this? Okay. 16 pixels. Like I said earlier, 16 pixels is the way to go. I'm gonna put this. And let me move this image out of the frame. Let's add this white fill. And let's turn off this grid. Look at that. Look at how fast it took us to recreate the second screen that we had everything already. That's the magic of design system. Okay, let me turn on my camera and then I'm gonna say goodbye. And I guess I'll work on this one another time. Okay, to be honest, I can't even tell which one's the real one and which one's the one that we created. That's how good this looks. Okay, like we did last time, I'm gonna take these components and we're gonna move it to the component section of the page or of our file. And we're just gonna sort it out based on what's what. Okay, so we gotta move these cards up. This header should go near the section header. This list is fine where it is. Actually, the nav should go up with the buttons. Okay, we're good. You know, this is just my preliminary organization. There, you know, once you have everything, it's best to organize again in, guess, some sort of structure like this. Okay, that's it for tonight. We recreated Coinbase. Is there anything else for me to say about this, really? We still have this other new section to go. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna take a break though. So this is part 2. It's like half the size of part 1, thankfully. And I'll catch you guys in the next video where we do part 3. And in part 3, I guess we'll finish this off. We'll recreate the portfolio listing. We'll recreate the Bitcoin or the coin listing screen, and we'll add in this little trade screen. Do we want to add in the prices? Okay, this is basically the same thing as everything that we've already created. So we're gonna add the prices in the next video. We've done so many of the components already, so it's really just an easy transition to get to the next step. It just take, I don't know. Let's try and keep it under half an hour. We'll do half an hour. Okay, I guess that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know why you're watching. Let me know what you're doing while you're watching. Are you actually trying this out? Is it helpful? Have you downloaded my file? I'd like to hear from you. So thanks for stopping by. If you want to get the file, go to my Figma community profile. Follow me. I'm going to keep posting different resources. I'm going to keep doing these sort of design system recreation videos. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe. We're at 318 subscribers at the time of this recording, and I'm trying to, just boost it a little bit more. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys in part 3. Oh.